All right, so I just got a box from UPS. I'm pretty sure it's the control arms. Let's see what we got here. Dang. That's looking good. Both of them are 9 inches, so hopefully they'll fit. We'll see. We'll take them out there, check them out right now. Okay, so I got these at 10 degrees on the ball joint right there, and 9 inches total length. So I'm hoping that the measurements that I took are accurate. The one thing I'm mostly concerned about is between this hole right here and that hole right here. Okay, let's see here. Man, it's gonna look good in there too. All right, let's see. All right, looks like it's about the same size there. Man, it doesn't want to fit under the alternator. Okay. Yeah, that looks like it. Same size. Except, what? Oh no. These are like the same length. They need to be shorter than that. Oh my gosh, they're like the same exact size. Holy crap. That's not good. That's not good. Apparently the way that they measure these is different from the way I measure them. Because this is supposed to be much shorter than that. About 2 inches shorter, actually. But it's like the same size. And this was the one that needed to be shorter. Like absolutely needed to be shorter. So I really need like 7-inch A-arms. Holy crap, how could they have gotten... Because I measured them, they're 9 inches all the way. It's like 10.5 inches. Dang. See this one? I sort of messed up, but I sort of didn't. These arms are 9 inches on center. And when I measured them, I measured 9 inches overall, which now that I'm thinking about it was probably pretty stupid. But yeah, it's from center line to center line. So these are the wrong size. I have to get, I'm gonna need to return those and get different ones. Make mistakes, we'll send it back, and we'll get some. At least now we know. At least now I know. That's all right. That's a real bummer, but it's okay. All right, so the old control arms that I got didn't fit, so I returned them and asked for the correct measurements. They went straight to Joe's out in Washington State. They turned around and they sent me back a new set. These are them. Now, I haven't checked them out yet, but they're definitely much shorter than the 9-inch ones. But if these don't fit, I'll be freaking devastated. But let's take them over right now and see what they look like on the car over there. Let's see. Oh, dude, man, these are so nice. These are freaking cool looking. Okay, all right. Here goes nothing. Let's see. Oh, dude. Okay. Oh, that looks like it's gonna be perfect. Perfect. And then this thing. Oh, except for that clearance right there. Oh, please tell me. Oh, I hope that clears that. I'll be so mad. I don't know that it's going to. Well, if it doesn't, I can figure something out to get that to clear, I guess. I don't know. Let's see the other side, shall we? It may not clear that shock either. May end up having to move this mount right here. I'm gonna have to make these work though. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so I got this thing jacked up on stands down there, which I guess is as good a place as any. I don't know if the suspension is loaded on those springs. It might be, but if that's the case, I just gotta loosen up this thing right here and should take the tension off the springs so I can get the suspension apart. I gotta sit here, look at it for a little bit and take it, and I gotta sit here and figure it out a little bit because I'm not exactly sure how it all comes apart. So this is pretty easy. Just a half drive socket goes all the way down in there, and thing just keeps coming up until this spring's nice and loose. So now this thing everything should be pretty easy to take apart now. First thing I'm guessing gotta be this cotter pin's gotta come out of here. I don't think I've ever removed a cotter pin this big. I don't think so. Come on. Okay. Different tool. Oh. Well, that was easy. Okay, now I get that bolt off of there. Okay, so I can't get in on this bolt here because this shock is in the way, so I can't get a wrench in there. I don't even think I have the right size wrench. So it's looking like I'm gonna have to take this shock off. Dang. Come on, dude. Oh boy. There we go. Ow. All right. Jeez. Okay. All right, shock's out of the way. Okay, so I was wondering what was keeping this thing from just bottoming out because I can't see anything in here that would be a stop. So before I took the shock off right here, I put a jack stand underneath there. You can't really see it, I don't think, but it's a jack stand underneath here, underneath the lower control arm. And I just was trying to pull it up right now, and I was like, well, it's not on the spring or anything because the spring's completely loose. I was like, the shock's not holding it from moving. I was like, what's keeping it from going up? Because I was trying to push it up and it wouldn't go up. And I just realized right now that it's the sheer weight of this whole assembly. It is freaking heavy, like really, really heavy. I'm shocked at how freaking heavy this thing is. I'm gonna keep trying to rock and roll on this ball joint right here and see if I can't get it out. I finally broke free. And it turns out that nut down there was a 7/8. And just putting that socket on there, I got some really good angle to pull on it. And it actually popped pretty easy once it went. I thought I had broken something because it felt like the socket was just free spinning, but no, it just came apart. So I'll hold on to this thing. I don't know if it's gonna just come straight out of here or what. I should probably leave this just on a few threads so that when it starts to loosen, I don't lose the whole knuckle. So I take my handy dandy hammer and just start hitting stuff. No, that's not gonna work because this has to be pried apart. I need a ball joint separator. Sweet.
I need a ball joint separator.
I think my daughter wants to be on YouTube. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Moving. Oh! Woo! Dang, I wasn't expecting that. That thing was in there. Oh. Dang. Dang, that sucker was in there. Did it break? Oh. Don't have two 13/16 sockets, so I'm gonna have to use just one and a crescent wrench, but looks like they're not gonna be that tough to get off, so. Yep, that's how that happens. That could not have landed and rolled to a stop more centrally under the car. Oh, it's out. So that's it. And this, on here somewhere, if I can find it, it's stamped right there. RHE. My guess is that Ronnie Hopkins Engineering, but it's only a guess. These do look custom fabricated though. They do look like they're from the mid-90s, but that's it out of the car. And you got some brand new ball joints to go with the A-arms. These are the screw-in type. Same ones that were on the old ones here. Moog problem solver. Good stuff, I think. Look, see? It goes for my car, NASCAR. Well, it's looking to me like these ball joints are the same. Everything about them is exactly the same. And so, go ahead and thread the new ball joint in here, which goes in really easy, which I was surprised at. I thought it was going to be a little bit tougher to screw in than that. Alright, we're going to go, I'm going to try this with one spacer instead of three. Oh no. Oh, tell me those don't fit in there. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. This hole right here is too small for that bolt. Of all the freaking things. Okay. That sucks, man. What the heck, dude? Can anything else go wrong with these freaking control arms? I can almost guarantee they're gonna hit the shocks too. So I'm probably gonna have to move the shock. It's gonna take me, man. I'm getting into deep water because I seriously, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with any of this. And I'm learning as I go, pulling all this stuff apart. You know, I'm not like a master mechanic or anything like that. Like, I mean, I've worked on stuff, I've done simple stuff. I have a pretty decent understanding of like how all this stuff works, but I've just never had any of it apart before, to any like great extent. I mean, I've done a few things a few times, but that's about it. But that's the whole fun of, you know, learning all this stuff is acquiring the knowledge and like the success that you get when you finish it up and do it. So tomorrow we're gonna go to the hardware store. We're gonna get some grade 8 stuff to go into these holes and mount that control arm there. I'm gonna mount up the control arm. I'm gonna turn around and go do the other side. This so far has been an adventure. I mean, I've learned a lot already. These things are so cool, man. I really like these. And they're so much lighter. It's so much lighter than these. These are like hefty. Just, man, these are crazy. Crazy. I'm stymied for tonight, so I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store in the morning and figure it out. But it'll get figured out. Okay, it's the next day. We're heading up into town to the hardware store because we're going to buy some bolts for the A-arms to get them bolted in. It shouldn't be that big a deal as long as we get grade 8s. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it too much. But I'm heading up there now and get those bolts. Hopefully, if I can get the one side done, then I know what I'm doing for the other side. It'll make it much, much easier. Okay, back in the hardware store. Let's bolt it up and see how it fits. All right, I figure we'll put a couple spacers in there just to bring the camera back a little bit. Whoops. And I figure I'm probably gonna have to bring it back anyway so that it'll clear the shock. Because right now, it's looking like it's got a little bit of space maybe, but I'm gonna have to bring it back a little bit, I'm sure, in order to help it clear. But anyhow, there we go. Drop these in, which they want to fall over, which is weird. Guess I can line these back up. Yeah, and I won't know what the camber really is until I get them all the way down. Oh, this thing is so heavy. Pinned in there now. The spacers. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's not make this more difficult than it has to be. Okay, I think I might have a solution to this. I'm gonna try it. But the shock where it mounts down here is bolted in through those two tabs right there. If I can mount it to this tab instead, then it should move the shock back a little bit this way and probably give me enough clearance in there that I'll be all good. If the bolt will fit through there okay and be kind of a good fit, then I can do it that way. If not, I could either try to weld a tab on it or drill it out or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna make it work somehow. Okay, will this fit? Oh my gosh. Oh, what? Oh, it's like it's almost made for it. Oh man, maybe I can go this way. Take the shock off up here. So the whole thing can come out. What if I mounted it like that? Oh yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's just hanging out like that. Oh my gosh. Look at how much that gave me. That gave me a lot of clearance. Not even close to an issue anymore. The only problem I'm gonna have is I gotta make sure that the car's not gonna be sitting too low. So, but we'll find that out when we put it back on the ground. Man, those upper control arms look, that looks really good in there. And the amount of space that I gained on the side of that by moving this mount down here is unbelievable. I was so worried about that. I thought I was gonna have to, you know, move a mount or something like that, or do some welding to get this thing fixed, but it looks like it ended up working out. So both control arms are in now. This side, man, the more I work with the suspension and stuff, the more I understand like how much these cars were just built to turn left, and there's almost nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. That spring there is bigger than this spring over here, like by a lot. It's bigger. And then the shock I think is shorter, the total travel. So it's holding the suspension, which is hanging free in the air right now. It's holding it up. So you can see how much higher that upper control arm is compared to that one. This one's like sticking up in the air, and this one's almost level. However, you can see that the wheels now, you turned a little bit to the right, they look much better as far as the camber goes. I still had to add in several washers on this side. Okay, so I'm about to get the wheels and tires on it right now, and then I'm gonna lower it down, give it a good rock back and forth, and see what the camber looks like. It definitely sits lower. Man, they must have had that thing just jacked to the sky when I first got it, because all that wheel well space I had before just disappeared, and now it looks about like it should. Like, I really, really like how that looks a lot better than when I got it sitting down where it's supposed to be. And then the camber on this side, the camber is all but gone. I mean, with as bad as it was, I'm absolutely satisfied with this. The amount of length that I took out of each side is not really all that much compared to what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be more than it actually was. But this side definitely helped out a lot. Because not only did I remove some of the washers that I had there, but I brought almost all of that camber back from where it was. So I think it was a really good size to go with for the left-hand side, and for the right, I think it ended up being a good size too. I have to take it for a test drive here. Check it out, make sure it's all good. Okay, it's starting to get pretty dark outside. I'm gonna go take the Thai car out for a drive. It's got that new stance. I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna try and get some shots of the new control arms in action, but it's pretty dark out. I don't know that I'll get any, but we'll see. Let's hop in and take first spin. So far, the only major problem is that the right-hand turn is like severely limited mechanically in there. I know that lower knuckle is hitting on the shock whenever I turn right. But right now, just driving in a straight line, it doesn't feel like the car's fighting me at all. Actually, with those new control arms on there, oh man, it rides so much better. It doesn't hardly pull left at all anymore. Dang, everything held together, thank goodness, because I had it up there quite a bit, a few times. Transmission's extremely slushy, and you give it any more than 3/4 throttle and it wants to downshift. I had a 700 R4 that did the same thing. Now, I mean, now that and I gave it a couple slaloms in a couple roads, like a little back and forth, and oh my gosh, if it just, it doesn't lean, it doesn't roll at all. It feels so good. And all that does is just highlights how bad having that automatic transmission is. So that's gotta be like, after rebuilding the rear end to keep all that oil from coming out of there, the transmission's gotta be next, because it's gonna drive me crazy. Having an automatic in this thing is gonna drive me completely insane. Man, we'll have to work it all out. We'll have to work it all out. I gotta figure out some kind of schedule how I'm gonna do this, but the transmission in my mind just went up in priority like quite a bit. So, but we'll see. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it, how I'm gonna get the time to do it. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.